introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now the first carry for Cam Akers.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Akers. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And, yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. From the gun, it's Jackson. Under pressure, they got him again. Yetur Grossmont. What a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now back to throw. He'll dump this off to Akers. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now Dobbins. And some strong running. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. On the handoff, it's Akers. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll give this to Akers running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's incomplete. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea. And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
McPherson's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. They'll run on first down with Akers. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2nd and 2. On the handoff, running left is Akers. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
First down, Jacobs. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's out to the flat for Akers. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
They'll look to run with Akers. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Cam Akers. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Touchdown! Hollywood, Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Explorers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. He'll buy some time right. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded just inside the 30. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball to cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to kick it away. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. They only get 4, but the fake punt works and gets him a first down. Now, this worked, so I guess I shouldn't be nitpicking too much, but they only had a couple of inches to go. Why fake punt?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If you're going to go ahead and try and pick it up in that short of a distance, I wouldn't even gone to fake punt formation. This is like using up a big play for no reason at all. Leave your offense on the field and pick it up. But again, what were we doing? We're nitpicking, because they did get it.
It worked. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's a give to Dobbins. Dobbins hit and he fumbles. Against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now it's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here. They go play action now. Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 14. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. A handoff running left is Dobbins. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Jackson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Yetur Gross-Matos. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now it's Jackson. Gets it to Gordon. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Dobbins. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Explorers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They'll run a draw now with Akers. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Second and 14. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and they're going to have a third down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Taking it about the 36. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Yards on the return following a punt of 41. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Here's Jackson. Here's one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. Second and 11. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a